This is breaking news from KSL.
This is a dark day for our state. It's a tragic day for our nation. And I want to be very clear that this is a political assassination.
It's odd to be a part of something like this. It's horrible, of course, and really sad for him and his family.
No man deserves to go through that. Praying for his wife, praying for his kids. You know, it's sad that it has to happen, and you just hope that people can find a way to love others.
It's just surreal, really, being in the moment, because you're like, this could never happen to me until it does.
While the suspect is at large, we believe this was a targeted attack towards one individual. This is a tragic moment in our state and in our country.
A tragedy unfolding right here in Utah. Political activist Charlie Kirk was shot and killed at an event at Utah Valley University.
As the investigation continues, we have team coverage this morning as officers and officials piece together what happened during Wednesday's shooting. News specialist Lori Pritchard is live from UVU's campus with more. Lori?
Tamara, good morning. We have just learned that there will be a 7 a.m. press conference this morning with law enforcement as we await details on the latest in this investigation. We haven't learned much since the press conference yesterday, where we learned that they had taken 2 people into custody but had since released them. But as it stands right now at this hour, there is a killer still on the loose. Now, I'm here at UVU campus this morning where classes effectively canceled for today. Take a look at some of this video that we have of what happened at 12:20 yesterday afternoon when one gunshot rang out. Thousands of people were attending this event held by Charlie Kirk here, and you can see it was his American comeback tour. It was his first stop, the first campus that he was holding this tour when this gunshot rang out. The bullet struck his neck. He falls to the ground. He is later pronounced dead at the hospital. Now, soon after that shooting, a person of interest, as I mentioned, was taken into custody. Seen on a widely shared video, he was in handcuffs. He was later found not to be involved in the shooting. Then not long after that, the FBI took a second person of interest in for questioning. The FBI director then taking to social media saying that that second person of interest was cleared and then released, and the shooter was believed to be in all black and shot from the roof of the Losi building. Now, we've seen hundreds of viewer videos of what happened yesterday afternoon. 2 of those videos stand out to us as investigators try to piece together exactly what happened. Now, that shot was taken from approximately 200 yards. As investigators sort through exactly what happened here, take a look at this particular video. In the seconds after the shot was fired, one of the videos captures a person running across a roof that is on top of the Losi building there. And you see that person spotlighted here. Investigators tell us it's likely that shot was taken from the roof. And then we have another video. Take a look at this.
So there's somebody on the roof right there? Just saying. He just ran from over, where's my finger? Well, from over there, ran in, and now he's right there.
A UVU student sharing that video with us that may give us a different vantage point to a person on the roof. He also mentioned seeing that individual run across the Losi building. Another viewer sent us this image of a person standing in the exact same spot. We know investigators are looking at security camera video from the university, but they do admit it doesn't really paint a complete picture. It's really just someone dressed in dark clothing. Now, as we understand it this morning, that Charlie Kirk's body was taken to the medical examiner's office, and that's where Brian Carlson is live for us this morning. And Brian, we talked to so many people who witnessed this shooting, and they experience their own sense of trauma in trying. As they described it, it was a chaotic scene, and one girl we spoke with said that she was trying to save her life.
Yeah, and that was the real sense of panic that people felt yesterday there, Lori. Some still in disbelief. Many others coming off that fight or flight mode, having to run for their lives. Many now this morning simply mourning Kirk and the sheer tragedy of his death. Some even lining the motorcade that took his body from the hospital here to the medical examiner's office. Now, KSL did speak with many of those dozens and dozens of different witnesses who saw what happened there at UVU. Some as close to 10 to 15 away from Kirk when he was shot. May describe hearing the shot and seeing the blood and then Kirk slump over. And the simple panic of what they had just witnessed and where that shooting could have been coming from.
It's a real scary moment, not knowing what's going on with everybody around, and it's like, where are they?
You get chills and like you kind of freeze, but you're like, I have to save my life.
It was terrifying. None of us knew what was going on. I was just in class. Someone heard a stampede of people running down the hallway.
Now, during the panic, immediately after the shooting, one witness says he actually dove into one of the nearby fountains to protect himself, not knowing how many more shots would follow. So coming up in the next half hour, I'll let you hear from that witness who was as close as you can possibly be to Kirk when the shooting happened and hear the emotions that he's still dealing with, seeing it firsthand. Lori, back to you.
All right, Brian Carlson live for us this morning, and I think you nailed it when you said it was fight or flight mode for many of the people in that audience. And the question this morning, as many people have contacted KSL asking the question, what about security? And we spoke with former police chief Chris Bertram about that very thing, because a lot of planning goes into these events. Kirk, as we understand it, had his own set of security, and then UVU campus also provided their own as well. And Bertram said even with all of the planning that goes on with these types of outdoor venues, it can still be really difficult, especially when it comes to gun laws and public universities. He says state and federal officials will next be looking into how the shooter was able to pull this off.
This is a significant investigation that's going to impact all of Utah. I imagine that this is going to be methodical. I mentioned University Police, Orem Police, Utah County Sheriffs. They're probably neighboring agencies. Federal agencies such as ATF and the FBI will definitely be involved, determining what the intent or motive was.
And as we heard Governor Spencer Cox yesterday calling this a political assassination, time really is of the essence here. And we are well within still that 24-hour period. But as we have covered situations, tragic events, law enforcement always tells us that 24 hours is critical. And there remains a suspect on the loose right now. Again, I want to mention that there will be a press conference this morning at 7 a.m. KSL will be there. Ladies, back to you.
Lori, thanks so much. And we're definitely looking forward to that press conference to learn more information. Thanks so much. We'll check back in with you in a few minutes.